what I'm doing here is I have 3 fingers down, all helping the little finger because the little finger is weak. You don't play like this, you play like this, and much helps the little finger. And the first finger here is already playing the B natural prior to my bow ever touching that string. Now, in order to do this, you can't have the flat fingers that do this. You must have your fingers nice and arched. Secondly, your fingers must have strong spaces in between them, and you must control here, the inside here. This bits of your hand, these parts of your hand must be controlled. In other words, you are aware of not only where you place your fingers, but you're also aware of how far this bit of your flesh touches to the other side. An easy way to prevent this is you don't have your thumb, here's my thumb, too far in or anything that will pull the palm down. I'm going to just make a slight adjustment and play this passage and show you how much of a difference a couple millimeters will do. Here I am in the position I prefer. Now I'm going to literally push the thumb on the back right here, about 1.5 millimeters. Nothing changed. Heard a little buzz? Now, even so slightly, I will bend the thumb in. For those of you that bend your thumb too much, I'm just bending the thumb, but it remains exactly in the same place, same passage. Do you see now how much a tiny nuance of positional difference will do? I don't know if that's a word, positional. But what I'm trying to tell you is your relationship between your middle finger and your thumb, which I talk a lot about on this channel right here, isn't set in stone. In other words, you're not locked into one place. It is fluid. It is flexible. Also, by simply bending the thumb, you can change the shape of your hand, like this. And so, if I bend my thumb, my hand collapses like this. If I push out my thumb, then I'm having much more of a rounder space underneath. I'm talking underneath as in right here, this part of your hand. This bit right here is so important to control, particularly this flesh right here. Your finger is too fat.
The fingers you have used to dial are too fat.
It is not, but you need fat on your fingers. But this finger here, your middle finger, and your third finger, and your first finger, you're less likely to have problems with this finger because you know it's little. But it's these other fingers here are going to give you problems. And if you're bending too much, especially if you're playing a 4 and then a 1 with an open A, you're going to have some of that scratchy touching. But what was touching? An untrained eye would say this finger was touching, but it wasn't. Which is the biggest finger on your hand? It's your middle finger. And so that was the note that was touching. That was the second finger inside was touching the open A. Again, I will play one more time. A slight adjustment to the thumb, just bringing that over a couple millimeters. I'm really feeling the pressure on now. And then I'm going to bend the thumb maybe a little bit, or maybe drop my elbow a little bit. Just going to drop my elbow a little bit. That's all I'm going to do. Oh, there it is. Now I'm going to lift my elbow. You see it in the background? A little more clearance, and then I'm going to take my thumb and just relax that a little bit. See how that pushes the palm out? Thanks for watching, and I really hope you learned something. Leave a like if you have, share and subscribe if you haven't already. And here's more content on the channel you might be interested in. I hope you do take some time to check it out if you're on a platform that you can see those windows. And if you're not, I'm just pointing at my electric cello. So hope you have a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you next time.